All right, welcome to this module. In this module, we'll be looking at how to run codes, print outputs, do basic maths, create variables, and also write comments in R. So to get started, you need to be able to create a script. So to create a script, just come to File, New File, R script, and that's it. So this area is where you write your script, and the console is where the output comes out. So you can equally write your codes here, but we'll be using our script for this video. So just like we did for Python, our first code here would be hello R. Now, because we have GitHub Copilot, will also be getting the IntelliSense in R IntelliSense, which means it will suggest codes, suggest comments, and all of that. So let's do print. So print here is a function, and we have this string inside the function. So if you run this, how do you run this? If you are using a Mac, you use command return, and Windows, I believe it is control enter. Then you can also click on run here, and the line of code will run. So you can also use CAT to write or to print statements. You can use CAT. So cat, welcome to your R journey, would also print out an output. Welcome to your R journey. So you can equally use print or cat. Now, you can use R as a calculator, and this is what we mean. Calculator. We have these operations here. You can use R for addition. So 3 plus 4, 12 minus 5, 6 times 7, 10 divided by 4, 2 raised to the power 5, 10 modulo 3. That is, we're trying to get the remainder. And then 10 percentage divided by percentage 3. So that is an integer division. So it will give you the exact integer. So these are functions you should take note of in R. Now, you can also use these concepts that we know mathematically. So you need to order your operations mathematically, and also use parentheses or brackets, as you may know it, just to ensure that you are getting the correct responses. So for something like this, 3 plus 2 times 5, what would it give you? Now, if you say 3 plus 2, that's in bracket, times 5, it will give you something different. Why is that? Because it's take account of the bracket first. It does the operation in the bracket first before multiplying the 5. But that's not the case here. Here, the multiplication was done first. So 2 times 5 was done first, then it added 3 to it, which gave us 13. While over here, 3 plus 2 was done first because it is in a bracket. It is in parentheses. So that is just basic BODMAS or PEMDAS. Now, comments. How do we comment in R? Just like Python and in VS Code, we use our hashtag. So hashtag, whenever you use hashtags in your files or in your scripts, it will not run it. It will see it as just text, ordinary text. So if you run this, you would see that it is just seen as ordinary text. But without the hashtag and you run this, you get an error because it does not recognize this. It is not a function, it's nothing. So if you're writing comments, just put a hashtag before it. So it doesn't matter how many you put. Now, when we are assigning items to variables, we can assign string, or also known as characters. We can assign numeric, which are the integers. We can also assign the Boolean, which is the logical operators, right? Now we prefer using this sign. So this sign is just the combination of less than and also a dash. So we prefer using this instead of equal to. You would get the same thing, but based on best practice and also when defining variables, it's advisable to use this symbol, less than sign followed by a dash. So if you run this, you are assigning op to this name variable. If you run this, you are assigning 25 to age. If you run this, you are assigning true to hydrated. Now, if I say I want to print name, and if I'm printing age, if I'm printing hydrated, meaning I want to print all these three at once. Note that I'm using print for this first one. I'm not using print for the second and the third. Now, what would it give us? You can see that it would print it regardless because this is a variable that we've already defined. So it knows that it exists and it prints the output, that is op. Then also the age and also the content of hydrated. So that is what is being printed out here. Now you can reassign objects. So let's say we have age already and we want to increase the age by 1. We can do this, and when you run this and you ask for age, you see that it has increased from 25 to 26. So basically that is how R works. Now another thing you can do is printing messages or printing string in R. So now we have this variable MSG. So MSG. Now I want to print MSG. We can use this. You can see that it is showing quotes because we use print statement. Now, if we use cat message, comma, MSG, so this is a string, MSG is a variable, and this is a new line. We're adding a new line to this. So if you run this, you would see that this message does not have a quotation mark. So it just depends on what your use case is to decide if you want to use a print statement or a cat statement. Now, I'll be including some little tasks that you can do in R for your exercises. So, briefly talking about what our GitHub Copilot can do, let's do a quick example. Let's say we want to assign or add, sorry, I need to put this in a comment. So add 1000 and 2000 together. Now I press enter, and you see that Copilot is suggesting the code for me. So to accept this code, I can press on tab. So now it's giving me the code to add 1000 and 2000. So you can see that in the comments I wrote what I wanted to do. So Copilot reads that and provides plausible codes for me to run. If it's what I want, to accept it by pressing tab, and if I don't want it, I'll just move on writing my script. So that is an added advantage to your App Studio, and I'll be seeing you in the next module. Bye.